Boosie got the hairy fro.
Glamps in the majors. Your life turned to flipping pages. All the real talent behind them cages.
Thank you guys for tuning back in with us, and welcome back for week one of the 2023 NFL playoffs, brought to you by Overtime Live Sports Bet Radio. Thank you to our sponsors at TeamSpadesPoker.com, where you can book your poker party today. And we're getting into it, man. It's Wild Card Weekend. The time has come. We got a nice 3-day slate of games, kicking it off with our Saturday afternoon games. So before we get started, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you join our group on Facebook, Overtime Live Sports Bet Radio group. Tune in. We can where we post our picks, tickets, and tips, trends, all your sports betting content. So we're gonna get started with our first game of the week. Is going to be the Seattle Seahawks going to the 13-4 49ers. Everybody's got the 49ers to win it all, even with this rookie quarterback. I just don't believe it. It's a great fairy tale story. Someone who just barely got drafted, taking this team, which is obviously the best team in the NFL, all the way to the Super Bowl. I just don't see it happening. It's a Cinderella type ending, if possible, but unfortunately for me, I'm skeptical, and I'm going to be running with the Seahawks in this first game. They're going to be getting 10 points as of right now. Seahawks 4-4 away. 49ers got an 8-1 home record. This is going to be our biggest upset of the playoffs, possibly a money line victory. I think that Seattle matches up well with the 49ers. 49ers have the best defense in the league. The 10 points will definitely come in handy, so hopefully we can just keep it close, but I really see Seattle capable of winning this game outright. Walker III, Noah Fant, and McCaffrey are all questionable for this game. San Fran's 11-6 against the spread. So they're good at covering these spreads so far this season. But Seattle's on this 2-game win streak, which is what it took, plus some other activities for them to even get in the playoffs. San Francisco's running on a 5-game win streak. Metcalf's got 1,000 yards on the season, 9 touchdowns. I think that Seattle has the advantage at a lot of positions. I think that Geno Smith is a better quarterback than Purdy. Definitely got more experience, but I think they have the advantage at the wide receiver and the running back game as well. McCaffrey being questionable, even active. I think that their offense is pretty one-dimensional. We're going to see what Deebo Samuel looks like lining up, how healthy he is. So the coaching advantage also goes to Seattle. They just want to show you no Russell Wilson, no problem. I think they got a little chip on their shoulder. So I'm going to be running with Seattle in the first game of the playoffs, taking the 10 points. After that, we got the 10-7 Chargers going to the 9-8 Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars are one of the hottest teams in the league right now, getting this home field advantage for winning their division. I think that the Chargers get this done. We're taking the Chargers money line. Actually one of our locks. I think the Jaguars are a little bit overrated. A lot of things have favored them in the last few weeks, allowing them to get into this playoffs. Christian Kirk and Etienne both breaking the 1K. Both breaking the 1K yard mark on the season. Trevor Lawrence still making a lot of mistakes. He is actually questionable for this game. I think that the Chargers are going to get a lot of help from their wide receiver core, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams duo, plus Eckler. Eckler definitely an MVP candidate. The Chargers offense is going to be a little bit too much for Jacksonville to handle. So we're going to be running with the Chargers in this one. Chargers are 11-5 against the spread. They've won 4 out of their last 5. Although Jacksonville is on this 5-game win streak, I think that their opponents have been questionable. And I think their performance has been questionable. So we're taking the Chargers in that, one of our locks. After that, it's going to be one of the tougher games. We're going to jump into our Sunday schedule. And the first game on the schedule is the 9-8 Dolphins going to the 13-3 Bills. Bills are obviously second favorite to win the AFC. They've slipped down a little bit behind Kansas City. We've seen the Bills get exposed. We've seen them be beaten by mediocre teams. We've seen their weaknesses. But fortunately for the Bills, Tua is going to be out of this game. And Teddy Bridgewater is questionable, so we don't even know who the quarterback is going to be. The Bills have a lot to prove, being the best team to not make the Super Bowl. Jalen Waddle and Wilson are both questionable for this game. And Bills are only 8-7 against the spread, so they haven't been covering spreads that great. They're about almost 50-50. The Bills are on this 5-game win streak. Miami won the last game, which is what it took to get into the playoffs. But it's going to be 28 degrees in Buffalo at game time, so Miami's probably not used to that. So we're going to be running with the Bills minus the 13. I think it turns into a blowout game. Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, I think they got a lot to prove in this. So we're taking the Bills minus 13. After that, we're going to see Minnesota, which is going to be one of our more questionable matchups. The Vikings are at home. They're 8-1 at home. They're coming into this game giving up 3 points. I think this is one of my money line locks. Obviously, it's a one-dimensional New York Giants team. They really don't have much threat in the passing game. Even their quarterback is actually a better runner than he is a passer. So if you stop Saquon, you can stop New York. New York's actually 13-4 against the spread. Minnesota's only 7-9. So the -3 is definitely too many points to give up. So we're going to be money lining it. New York's won 2 out of the last 5. Minnesota's won 3 out of the last 5. So neither team is really playing that great. I don't think either team has a chance of winning the Super Bowl. But the matchup advantage definitely goes to Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, the best wide receiver in the league. Dalvin Cook, definitely not performing up to his full potential this season. But I think the X factor is all going to be on Kirk Cousins. We've seen Kirk Cousins go from Pro Bowl to backup as far as his performances look. So we see which Kirk Cousins we get this day. But being at home in a playoff game against a team that nobody really expects to make a Super Bowl run, I think Minnesota wins this as a lock. The next game on the Sunday schedule, Ravens-Bengals, is tricky. Obviously, I think Lamar Jackson is definitely going to be out. Bengals are 6-1 at home, great home record. They're 12-4 in the season. They're coming into this game. It's moved up to 10 points now. But the top quarterback in a playoff situation is going to be Joe Burrow right now, to me personally. Mixon and Chase, I think they'll show up. Gus Edwards and Tyler Huntley, the backup to Lamar Jackson, are all questionable. T. Higgins is questionable. Baltimore is the second best running team in the league. So shut down that running game. Most of that running stat comes from Lamar Jackson being active. Without him, they've been a very average or mediocre team. So they're very, very beatable in this. 10 points seems like a lot. I think it'll be a low-scoring game. 2 really good defenses, but Cincinnati's 12-4 against the spread, which means that they cover spreads. So Mixon needs to get involved to open up the game for Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd and maybe T. Higgins if he's playing. So we really need to get that Cincinnati running game going if they plan on covering this spread. So I think Cincinnati's expected to return to the Super Bowl. Burrow's a special quarterback. And that's why we're running with Cincinnati. We're going to give up the 10 points. I don't want to give up any more than that. 10's the most. So we're taking Cincinnati in that. And then the Monday night game is going to be the Dallas Cowboys against Tampa Bay. I thought I had the sleeper sneaker pick with Tampa Bay in this game. Dallas coming in just favored at 2.5 right now. Tampa Bay 5-4 at home. Obviously, Tom Brady's going to make a playoff run. This is a Pro Bowl caliber team, although they don't look like it most of the time. They have Pro Bowl talent at every position on the field, including the defense, which has been their biggest downfall in the second half of the season. The defense has not been living up to expectation. I think that they come out here in this playoffs atmosphere and show you what they're really capable of. Dallas 10-7 against the spread. It's pretty good. Tampa Bay's only 4-12, so they really don't get it done when it comes to the sports betting spreads. Tom lives for these playoffs, though. And I think you're going to get the best possible Tom Brady, who people are overlooking, even though he was second in the league in passing yards this year. Cowboys are struggling with Dak, and the defense has been struggling to contain players, even though they have a couple of really bright spots on the defense. I think it'll be a low-scoring game, but I have a feeling Prescott's going to turn the ball over a few times, and that's really going to work in the advantage of Tampa Bay. Dallas has won 3 out of their last 5. Tampa Bay's only won 2. So Tampa Bay, I think, has the matchup advantages. They definitely have a better defense overall. Quarterback is clearly better. I think that on any given day, their running back depth will definitely benefit them. And I think that Tampa Bay getting that home field for the wild card, winning that division, that sorry division, winning it with an 8-9 record. I think that really plays into Tampa Bay's favor, and Tampa Bay uses this game to kickstart another amazing Tom Brady playoff run. So we're taking Tampa Bay in that game. That's gonna wrap up our wild card weekend for week 1 of the NFL playoffs. So thank you guys for tuning in. Try to break this down into some smaller picks, or you just take all 6 of them. And good luck to you this week. May all your bets be live. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell. So good luck.